this review. Okay, we're going to do the homework together, and which is going to serve as a review. So let's go ahead and start with number one. Let's do number one together. Number one. Okay, so number one, I have 7f plus 5 is equal to 68. So 7f plus 5 is equal to 68. So let's have Ryan help us do this. Ryan, how would I do this?
What you do is what I would do is add 7 and 5 together, and that would be
You would add the 7 and 5 together?
yeah, and then it would just leave to f. Can I come back to you on that one?
Okay, so let's have Lissandro help us with this one.
I honestly don't remember how to do this, but
Look at it, and you're trying to solve for f here, right? We're trying to solve for f. Okay, so we want to get 7f by itself, right?
yes.
On one side. So in order to do that, we need to get rid of this guy, right? So that would be our first step. So how am I going to get rid of this plus 5 on this side?
You could subtract it.
I would subtract 5 from both sides, right?
Yes.
And again, the reason is because I want 7f by itself. So if I do this, as you can see, this guy would go away, and I would have just 7f is equal to 68 minus 5. Where 68 minus 5 is obviously 63. So now we have something that's pretty, manageable. We have 7f is equal to 63. In other words, 7 times a something is equal to 63. Right, Lissandro? So what's our next step?
Divide.
Divide both sides by what?
7.
7, right? Now I'm going to have, then the 7s will cancel out. All I have left is f on the top right here. So f is going to be 63 divided by 7. And what is that?
9.
That would be 9, right? So
yes.
My answer is going to be 9. So how would I verify that I actually did not make a mistake here and 9 actually is the correct answer? How would I do that?
I do not remember.
So I would put the 9 back in here, right? Because if it's a correct question, if it's the correct answer, then this guy here, the initial equation, would hold true when f is equal to 9, right? So I would go 7 times 9 plus 5. So that would be 7 times 9 would be 63. Plus the 5 is going to be 68. And yes, indeed, it is 68. So I can verify or check my math by putting it back in to see if it works. Does everybody understand that? Okay. So that's how you would do number one. Let's go ahead and do number 3. Number 3, I have h divided by 3 minus 14 is equal to minus 11. Okay, so for this one, let's pick on Delilah. How would I do this, Delilah?
Mr. On.
Yes.
Did we skip number 2?
Huh?
Did we skip number 2?
Yeah, we're gonna do just the odds first. So at least this way we'll go at least do the odds all together. So that way, then if we have time, we'll come back and do the evens, okay? All right, Delilah, how do I do this?
So you subtract 14 on both sides first?
Okay, so if I subtract 14, I'm not gonna get rid of this 14, right? Because I already have a minus here.
Oh, so then you would add.
Oh, so let's add the 14. So if I add the 14, okay, now this 14 and this 14 cancel out because I have negative and a positive. So I end up with h over 3 on this side. On this side, I have minus 11 plus 14. So what do I get here, Delilah?
3.
I would get 3, right? So now I have something that's really manageable. So I have this, right? Something divided by 3 is going to be equal to 3, right? So I have to solve for this something. And how would you do that, Delilah?
So you would multiply both sides by 3, right?
If I multiply both sides by 3, it's going to look like this. So now this 3 and the one on the front, one on the top, one on the bottom, so it cancels out. So I have 8 is equal to 3
9.
2, which is 9. Good. And again, I can check this by putting the 9 back in here and to see if it works, okay? Good job. All right, so now let's move on to number 5. Number 5, I have 12 minus 2m plus 5 is equal to minus 1. Dino, you want to help us on this one? Dino?
Take out the 12?
What?
Do we take out the 12?
Well, I have 12 and 5 on this side first, right? So let's go ahead and take care of that first, right?
Get rid of 5?
No, so I'm going to add the 12 and the 5 together, right? Because these are both constants, or they're both numbers, right? So I can rewrite this as 12 plus 5 minus 2m is equal to negative 1, right? So what am I going? So let's do this first. What do I get here? 12 plus 5 is what? Dino? Dino, you're still there?
17.
17
Microphone.
minus 12m is equal to negative 1. Okay, so now what am I going to do? I want this by itself, right? In order to have this by itself, I need to get rid of this. And how am I going to do that?
Minus 17?
Minus 17 on both sides. So now this guy and this guy goes away. I have negative 2m is equal to minus 1 minus 17. And what is that?
Negative 19?
18 actually, right? 117, right, is 18.
That's a 2.
So I have negative 2m is equal to negative 18. And now what do?
I don't know.
Okay, so I want to get rid of the negative 2, right?
Okay, add 2 to both sides.
I have to divide, right? Because this is a multiplication. So I'm going to divide by negative 2 on both sides. The negative 2 here and negative cancel out. All I have left is m. What is negative 18 minus negative 2? Is it a positive or negative number? Do you know?
Negative?
If I divide a negative number by a negative number,
Positive.
it'll be a positive number, right? So I'm going to positive, what is 18 divided by 2?
I don't know.
9, right? 9. So your answer is going to be plus 9, okay? Remember, when you divide or multiply negative numbers, so if it's negative times a negative, you get positive. Negative times a negative divided by a negative is also a positive, okay? On the flip side, if you have a positive and you divide it by a negative, it's going to be a negative number. Or if you have a negative number and divide it by a positive number, same thing, you're going to get a negative number, right? Okay, all right, good. That was number 5. Okay, let's do number 7. Number 7. 3, 8 minus a is equal to 12. Okay, let's see if let's pick on Francesca. How would I do this, Francesca?
So first you would divide both of them by 3.
Ah, okay, we haven't talked about this, but this is a really good strategy. Okay, this is a good strategy. I can divide both sides by 3. Okay, so the 3 and this 3 would cancel out. All I have left is 8 minus a. 8 minus a is equal to 12 divided by 3. What is 12 divided by 3, Francesca?
4.
4. Okay, so what's my next step?
Then you would add a minus 4 to each side.
Add a minus 4 to each side.
Yeah.
Okay, a minus 4. A minus 4. If I add them together, what do I get?
You would get 4 equal a, and then you'd switch it around, and then your answer
4
would
is
be
equal to a, because this and this cancels out. This and this cancels out. So 8 minus 4 is 4, and a is equal to 4. Okay, so you get a is equal to 4, right?
yeah.
That's your answer, isn't it? Right there, a is equal to 4.
Yeah, and then you could
Yeah.
switch it around if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we started from this. Again, we started from this, right? So let's see if this works. Let's see if this is a proper or correct answer. We're going to put a where a is. We're going to put 4 in here. So let's see if it works. 8 minus 4 is equal to 3 times 8 minus 4 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So 12 and 12 is correct. Okay, good job. Very good. Okay, so normally, and I'm not saying normally, but the way that we learned this, let's see if we can do it that way, okay? So let's say that if the way that we actually did this in the book was we would distribute the 3 out. We're gonna distribute the 3 out. So if we distribute this out, we get 3 times 8, which is 24. And then 3 times minus a, right? 3 times minus a will be minus 3a is equal to 12. And again, I want to keep the minus 3a by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 24 on each side. This and this goes away. Negative 3a is equal to 12 minus 24, which is minus 12. So I have negative 3a is equal to minus 12. If I divide each side by negative 3, now this goes away. I only have a left. So a is equal to negative 12 divided by negative 3. A negative number divided by a negative number, again, is a positive number. So it's a positive number. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, all right. So that's how we learned it, okay? All right. But the way that Francesca did it is also an acceptable answer. That works also. Okay, number 9. Number 9, we have 5t plus 5 is equal to 5t minus 4. Okay, so on this one, we have 5t on both sides. So I'm going to subtract 5t from both sides. If I do that, I guess this and this goes away. I have 5. This and this goes away. I have negative 4. So when is 5 ever going to be equal to negative 4? The answer is never. This is never going to happen. So there are no solutions to this equation, okay? There is no way this is ever going to work, okay? All right. Let's move on to 11. 11, 8b plus 4 is equal to 4 times b minus 7. Okay. So let's pick on Phelan here. Phelan, how would I work this?
I'd say get rid of the 8b.
So what am I gonna do? What are we gonna do?
You're gonna get rid of the 8b.
Oh, you want to get rid of 8b. So let's go ahead and distribute this out first, okay? Because this, we have the parentheses here, right? So let's get rid of those parentheses first so that we can see the equation a little better.
Okay.
B plus 4 is equal to, now I'm going to go and distribute this out. 4 times b is
4b.
just 4b, right? 4 times negative 7 is what?
28.
So it's going to be negative 28, right?
Yeah.
Positive number times a negative number, right? Negative 28. So we're here, okay? Now I have 8b and 4b, so I can get rid of either the 8b or I can get rid of the 4b. Which one would you like to get rid of?
I'd say you get rid of the 4b.
Correct. You get rid of the 4b because it's a smaller one, right? So I'm going to subtract 4b from both sides. So on this side, I'm going to get 8b minus 4b, which is 4b. I have the plus 4. On this side, this and this goes away. I'm left with negative 28. Okay? So what's the next step?
Divide.
I want to get this by itself.
Yeah, so you divide it.
So I would have to get rid of the 4. How do I get rid of the 4?
Oh, you minus 4.
I would minus 4 on both sides. Good. And then minus 4 on both sides. So this and this goes away. All I have left here is 4b. Over here, I have negative 28 minus 4. So this is going to be a negative 32. Okay. So I end up with 4b is equal to negative 32. I'm almost there. I
And
just want
now
the
you
4b by itself. So how am I going to do that, Phelan?
divide.
Divide by 4, correct. Divide by 4. So now the 4 goes away. I only have b left. Negative 32 divided by 4 is what?
8.
8, but it's a negative number, right? So I have a negative
Yep.
number here and I have a positive number here, right? Like we said before, a negative number divided by a positive number is going to be a negative number. So your final answer is b is equal to negative 8. Okay? All right? Good job there, family. Good job. So that was 11. Let's move on to 13.
I thought we weren't doing 13.
Huh? Oh, that's
I thought
right.
it was-
I'm sorry. 15. Good catch. 15. Now, 15 through 20, we're doing inequalities, okay? Which are kind of like equalities, but a little different. Right? So, who to pick on here? Let's pick on Logan. Logan, how would I do this?
So give me a second. Let me write this down on my paper and I'll
Okay.
work it out and then I'll transpond it to you.
Okay. So we want x by itself here, right? We want x by itself. So from the left-hand side, I need to eliminate what?
75.
75, right? So I want to get rid of the 75. So how would I do that?
You're going to do 75 minus 75?
So I'm going to do minus 75 on both sides, correct?
Yep.
Subtract 75 from both sides. Okay, so now this and this is going to go away. I'm only going to have x here. I have negative 25 minus 75. And what is that?
Then you're going to add it?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go even more negative, right?
Yep.
So it's gonna be negative 200. Okay, now this guy stays the same, right? Because I can add or subtract to the inequality. The inequality will stay the same. What is the only time that the inequality gets switched? Anybody?
Is that when dividing?
When you're dividing or multiplying by a negative number, right? When you divide or multiply by a negative number, then the inequality gets switched, okay? Now this one, you do not need to switch it because you're just adding, or actually you're just subtracting here, right? So this actually is your final answer, right? This is your final answer. Yeah. Good job, Logan. All right. That's 15. $17. T divided by 12 is greater than equal to 3. Okay, so let's see, who do I need to pick on? AJ, how am I going to do this?
I kind of don't know.
Well, look at it, okay? You want T by itself,
Yeah.
right? And now, right now, I have T divided by 12. So what do I need to get rid of here?
The 3.
No. I want T by itself, and I have T divided by 12 right now. So I need to get rid of the 12.
Yeah.
So how would I get rid of the 12 that's underneath the T?
Divide.
It's already divided, so I need to multiply on both sides now, right?
Oh,
Already
yeah.
divided. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 12, because what's happening now is that this 12 and this 12 will cancel out, and all I have left is the T here, right? So now I have T is greater than or equal to 3 times 12, which is what? What is 3 times 12?
36.
36. So your final answer is T is greater than or equal to 36. Okay. If I asked you to put this on a number line, you would go what? It would go like this, and you would have a closed dot because you have an equal sign here, and it would be this way, 36, right? You're going that way, right? Because this would be greater than or equal to 36. Okay.
Mr. On,
So that's how we would do that.
don't you have to switch it around because you multiplied?
No. I only switch it around when I multiply or divide by a negative number. This was a positive number. We multiplied by positive 12, so you're not going to do the switch. Okay, so let's do 19. 19. 4 times 2 minus D. Negative 12. Elijah, how would I do this?
Here, I need to write it down first. Give me a second. Would you start by multiplying 4 by 2 in D?
Correct. So you'll be 4. So you distribute the 4 out, right?
Yeah.
4 times 2 is?
8.
Okay. 4 times negative D is?
4D.
Negative 4D, right? Negative 4D. And this over here, you have negative 12. Okay. So now what's the next step?
You need to get rid of the 8.
I need to get rid of the 8 because I want the 4D by itself, right? So you're gonna
Yes.
subtract 8 on both sides. Now this goes away. I end up with negative 4D is greater than or equal to negative 12 minus 8 is what?
20, negative 20. Right?
Negative 20, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be negative 12 minus 8 is negative 20. So I end up with negative 4D is greater than or equal to negative 20. So what's the next step?
Divide
Divide by what?
4, negative 4. Right?
Negative 4, and divide by negative 4. So the negative 4, negative goes away. I have D on this side. On this side, I have negative 20 divided by negative 4, which is going to be a positive number or negative number?
Positive number.
A positive number, right? 20 divided by 4 is
5.
5. Now, okay, this is where you do the magic, right? Because you've divided by a negative number. So you just, now this has to be switched around. So now it's going to look like this. Okay, everybody follow that? Good job there. All right, so let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break and we'll come back after 5 minutes.